Good morning, fifth grade. Now, today we are going to continue with dividing decimals. We are going to be using word problems, but I just want to go over how to divide decimals again before we actually go into the word problem. So I will show an example of how to divide decimals using a word problem. But before that, I just want to review how to divide decimals. So, first thing we're going to look at here is we're doing 84 hundredths. 84 hundredths divided by 4/10. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write 4/10 right here because that is my divisor, and I'm going to write my dividend right underneath it, which is 84 hundredths. Now, again, divisor and my dividend. I'm going to write them in this order. Now, I need my divisor to be a whole number. We know that when a decimal point is located to the right of a number, it is a whole number. So this becomes 4 by moving the decimal point one place value to the right because I want it to be to the right of my number, and I'm changing it for my divisor. Now I need to do the same thing to my dividend. So if I moved it, as we can see, one place value to the right, I will then move my decimal point in my dividend one place value to the right. This becomes 8 4/10. Now I can divide since my divisor is a whole number. My divisor again now will be 4. And my dividend will be 8 4/10. Now it's important I put my decimal point in right away. And then I bring my decimal point straight up. And now I need to pay close attention to my place value. Now it just becomes a division problem. I'm really kind of just looking at it as 84 divided by 4. And I'm making sure though that I put my numbers in the correct place value because it will affect what side of the decimal they go on. So the first number I'll look at is 8. I can break 8 into 4 groups 2 times. I know 4 times 2 is 8, so I will subtract 8. I will have a remainder of 0. I will then bring down my 4. I can break 4 into 4 groups 1 time. I know 1 times 4 equals 4, so I will subtract 4. And I again will have a remainder of 0. So I know my answer will be 2 1/10. Now the common mistake that I saw in our classwork from the other day was that we weren't moving the decimal point over the same amount of spaces for our divisor and our dividend. Whatever you do to the divisor, you must do to the dividend. And then when we were writing it over here, make sure that you write it nice and clear like I did so you can go straight up. And it's very important that you pay close attention to the place value and where you're placing that decimal point. You need to make sure that you change the divisor first to make it a whole number. Decimal point needs to be all the way to the right. Then you will change the dividend by moving the decimal point the same space, same amount of place values. And then when you write it, you will bring it straight up, and it's important to pay close attention to place value. I saw the other day, some of us may have had, for this, 2100 written down. We may have had the decimal point here. Some of us would have had it here. It's important that we pay close attention to the place value.